Hey there, welcome back on my YouTube channel Parth Doshi Learning by Doing. So today in this video we are going to see solution to one of the very important faced problem that I have found people face while building workflows in Excel automation. So many times what happens is we are given an Excel template that we have to use again and again and input the data into it. So many times there are dependent fields in that. So by dependent fields, what do I mean? By dependent fields, we have to select a value in a drop down that has some filter. For example, ID, and then it gives the name of the person or something like that, or the person is selected from the drop down, and we have to enter the IDs auto populated in the other field. So how to handle that kind of situations when you have auto populated, or you can say dependent fields? So there's a drop down where you need to select a value and other fields will be auto populated. So in this video we are going to see solution to that particular problem. We will also see for practicing how you can create that kind of scenarios. So suppose I want to practice that kind of complex scenarios before going for an interview or something like that. So we will be also saying that how you can create that particular scenario in the Excel file and then build a workflow to test whether you were able to do it successfully or not. So without any delay, let's get started. Mhm. Okay. So first what I will do is I will show you all how we can create that kind of fields, right? So let me open. This is the template file that I've already created, but don't worry, we'll do that again, right? So now if you see here, there is a table that is location, and then there is ID. So the location, when I select this drop down, this particular field will be auto populated depending upon the values over here. So if you see, if I select Mumbai, the ID value changes to 10, Punjab 30, Raipur 40, 20. So you see, this is the scenario that I've created over here. So let's build this complete scenario again from the scratch, but here I have done it already. So let's take name, ID. Uh, let's do it Rakesh, Ramesh, Sita, Geeta. Right. And let's take 70, 80, 60, 50. Right. Now to create the drop down, create the same fields over here, name and ID. Now what you need to do is you need to select a blank field where this drop down will exist, like here. So you need to go to data validation and select this. Then you, from here you have to select list, ignore blank, and click on, we have to give the source from where I need to select it. The source here is going to be this. Enter and OK. So now if you see, here the fields are created. Now here we need to apply a formula. So if I click over here, you see there's a formula over here, right? Let me explain this formula. Right. So I will copy. Now the value that I need to look up is going to be the value of D9, right? Because there I will be selecting the value. So you see the D9 is highlighted in blue. And from in which range I have to look that particular value. So the range is going to be, I think it's A9, right? Okay. No. Yeah, it's A9, and from here it's B9. Okay. A9. Okay. From A9 till we have to go till B12. So you see, this is the particular range that we need to select. Now, why I'm selecting the complete range? You will be having an confusion that I need to look the value only in name, but we also need the output values as well of that particular field. So it's going till B12 and will create that dependency. And now year 2, because the value we want to get is from the second column. So we are taking year 2, and yeah, that's it. So Okay, I think I let's put it here. So it was D9 and A9 to B12 and enter. Okay, it is getting applied over here again and again. I think I will have to write it again. We look up bracket, we have to look the value D, it's 9 comma, the range is going to be A9 till B12, right, second, and then comma. Let's enter, right. So now if I select Rakesh, oh, I selected Ramesh, the ID is 80, Sita, the ID is 60, Geeta, the ID is 50. Now since I have already created this, right, what I want to do is, so this is how you can create this kind of scenario and use it for practice, right. Now in case of templates there can be different scenarios and the template will be built accordingly, but here you need not worry about the template. Here we are just learning it for practice to handle this drop down kinds of scenarios, right. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to open my UiPath and let me delete this. Save. So here what I want to do now, while we save the file, here we are keeping Gujarat and here we are keeping Geeta, right. So I will change this to Mumbai and I will change this to Rakesh. So how to handle this filter? You just have to simply use the right selectivity. You can use either workbook or Excel application and select the data file. So you see, now I have selected the right cells activity. Now I want to write into this and this cell, and this will get auto populated. So I just need to simply pass the exact value over here. You see Mumbai. So what I have to do here is D2 and D9. So let me do D2. Okay. And let's do D9. In D2, I want to pass Mumbai, and here let's pass Ramesh. So you see, there's nothing like you need to use UI automation or something like that, because I have seen some people giving solutions on UiPath forum and other places that they need to use UI automation or something like that to handle this kind of scenarios. No, this kind of scenarios can be handled in this way as well. So now let's just save it, close. See, now we are only one important thing is the value that you are writing should be same as the value that is present over there. So when you get the template, see in the values how they are case sensitive and type the same value over here, and your this particular filter situation will be handled. So now let the execution get completed and then we'll open the file and check. Okay, so now we should have Mumbai and Ramesh in the file. You see Mumbai and Ramesh, and the fields are auto populated as well. So this is how you can handle the filters in Excel file when there is this kind of filter. I will try to come up with more complex scenarios, or else I will try to build a complete template where we are passing the data and this kind of scenarios are handled. So yeah, I hope you got a clear understanding of how we can handle filters while doing Excel automation, and you got a better understanding of it. Thank you for watching the complete video. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Parth Doshi Learning by Doing. Thank you.